Hi, my name is Arnis.
My name is Lucas.
And today we're going to teach you how to cook halibut. I start by breaking down the halibut. This is huge. So when you're cutting the halibut, you're looking for the bone line here. What you do is you go in gently, you make the first cut, and then you go like this, and then we open it. It is important to pat the fish very dry to avoid slimy skin, which can make process uncomfortable and difficult. A halibut has 4 fillets, 2 on the backside and 2 on the belly side. If the fish is broken down properly, there should be almost no meat left on the bones. Do not throw the bones away, save them for a flavorful fish stock. I also use halibut cheeks. Even though on a fish size like this, it's not too big, but it's still a delicacy and the best part of the fish. To remove the skin, make a cut as close to the skin as possible and slide your knife all the way through the fillet while pulling the skin in the opposite direction. So what I want you to do is, I will put this one here and then you slice it in long stripes like this, okay?
Like this?
Yes. Lucas takes care of the fillets. We cut them into long stripes and marinate them with the fresh thyme, sage, lime zest, salt and olive oil. You need to marinate this a little bit, so you kind of rub it, all of the salt and the herbs and everything into the fish. Just take it with your hands and massage it all the way through, okay? After that, Lucas massages the fish to help the flavors penetrate as much as possible. So what we're going to do now is we're gonna put this a little bit in the water quickly, then we will place it on a table surface, and then we will place one piece of the fish at a time on it, and we will wrap it in the seaweed, okay? Seaweed plays 2 important roles here. First, it works as a binder, and second, its flavor pairs beautifully with the halibut, creating a deep oceanic palate. We trim the edges to ensure all the stripes are even in size, then bind them together with another sheet of seaweed. After that, I wrap everything tightly in a plastic wrap. The crucial part of achieving a great shape is how tightly you wrap it. The tighter, the better. Once wrapped, I cook it sous vide at 54 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. After slicing, the fish should rest for a few minutes before serving. You go with the shallots and with the with the onion and with the garlic, okay? White asparagus foam. Now let's prepare the white asparagus foam. Lucas and I prepare white asparagus, shallot, onion, garlic, thyme, chervil, and lime. The recipe is simple. We roast everything in oil, top it with the coconut milk and let it simmer for 30 minutes. Once done, I blend everything with a hand blender until smooth and pass it through a fine sieve. Then I season it with salt and sugar and transfer it to a siphon while still hot. Once charged with the gas, it is ready to use. Tapioca and fennel crisp. For the tapioca crisp, I boil tapioca pearls in salted water until they reach the right consistency. Then I spread them onto a baking sheet, top them with the fennel seeds and dry them in the oven at 70 degrees Celsius for about 4 hours or until completely dry and crisp. Once dried, I deep fry them in oil at 190 degrees Celsius. If done correctly, they should puff and become light, elegant and crispy. After frying, I season them with fine salt and set them aside. On this specific dish, I also use thinly sliced fresh raw asparagus for freshness. So what do you think?
Good.
Good. Nice. That is good. So should we try?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can go first.
No, you.
Okay. So we will find the best angle here. we have a nice crisp of the chip here, and then we have a nice and creamy fish and the white asparagus foam. Okay.
It smells.
Very nice. Go ahead. You like it?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.